Hello, everybody. Look into my eyes. Are you in a trance? This is what this episode is all about. Last time it was all about phone calls. We got a phone call from the museum, and they wanted to know where their paintings were. And, they sent the cops around to that guy's place, and they arrested him. And now he's in the slammer. This one's all about trances. We've had hypnosis very, very recently in memories, so it can't be that. It could be a hypnotist on a stage hypnotist, or it could be just somebody in a daze or in some sort of state. One of my guests has ever been right about anything. Let's get into the trance. Some sort of lecture. The 80s light. From the outside, that's blaringly bright. Because I don't know how to light a scene. Hey, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'll need complete quiet, please.
Lights, a crowd, the proper atmosphere, and the common coin of desperate belief. Commodities necessary to the life and times of Leonard Randall, who may or may not be someone else as well.
Can you hear a ghost? Someone calling to you? You can contact the dead, maybe.
I am Delos.
Oh, he's an alien.
And I am here.
Uh-oh. What do you want, Delos?
10,000 years ago was I born, and 9,500 years ago did I die. I have walked the cobbled streets of the place men called Atlantis, but which we called Shuma
He's not alien.
Zamoria. To you, I bring what little I can offer against the darkness. I am Delos, and I am among you.
Spooky.
Speak, and you shall be heard.
I got a question, Delos.
So David is a nice man.
David's a nice man, but I'm wondering, is he someone I could spend the rest of my life with? What do you think, Delos? Delos have no time for your petty relationships. Delos, I stubbed my toe. I got it. It's all throbbing. What? Do you have any good remedies for that? If this guy's faking it, well, at least he's making money, right? But he must get tired of these stupid questions.
And I think he's a soulmate.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. And I don't want to get married again until I found that soulmate.
Yeah.
In Shuma Zamoria, there was a rare breed of butterfly with wings as golden as the morning sun.
Oh, nice.
And very, very fast, if you would try to catch it. So, you would never possess it. And the more you would try, the more angry and desperate you would become.
Right.
But the children knew better. They would lay down and empty their thoughts and be calm, and soon enough, the golden-winged butterfly of Shuma Zamoria would land just so.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Just relax and love will come to you.
Yes. Thank you, Delos.
This vessel grows weary. We must not tax the goodwill of our host. I have time for one last question. You.
Thank you, Delos. A question.
Yeah.
Not for my own benefit. Why have you been silent for so long?
All right.
And why have you come back now?
Good question.
I come through the one called Leonard because he has been chosen to receive wisdom.
Money.
The universe has selected him, and through this he shall gain great wisdom. As for the second question, 5,000 years ago, Shuma Zamoria was destroyed, a victim of its own decay.
Oh.
And now,
Oh.
this cycle begins again.
You better believe it.
All of you will tilt. A balance. My time here has ended. He whose body I inhabit
Oh, he's weak.
has reached his limit and
Yeah.
I must go.
Yeah.
I am Delos, and I wish you well.
See you next time. Does he remember any of that? Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming.
that'll be
But
$50,
I'm afraid
everybody.
Leonard will have to rest for a while. We invite you to come back next week.
$50.
And remember, an audio cassette of tonight's session will be available in the front lobby in about an hour. Thank you very much. Thank you.
In about an hour, I'm not waiting around an hour for an audio cassette. I'll get it next time. I don't want to hear that lady's relationship question again. So I presume, maybe, one of two things, right? We've had this sort of situation before in this show. That guy who was just speaking, the business manager, he doesn't believe it for a second. He's just thinking about all that money and all the suckers. But maybe the main guy is being channeling this guy, this Delos guy. Maybe. Or maybe he's pretending, but there is a Delos who is going to really get him. I don't know. He was right about the future, wasn't he? I guess it's applicable to many, many times, but see, this is the thing. We read into things, so we. Anything slightly. That guy with the beard reminds me of somebody. Well, what you think, Gianni?
Leonard.
Oh, he's watching TV.
Hey, the Clippers are actually winning. Can you believe it?
Here, I want you to sign here and here.
For what? What reason?
How was the take?
Up from yesterday, which was up from the day before.
Numbers?
Let's have a look.
We're booked solid on the 3-day retreat.
Great.
Crystals, tapes, and amulets are up 5%. Book sales are up by 10, but holding. We got the
Nice.
printer standing by for another run after the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, you got the pre-interview tomorrow afternoon at 3, okay?
Good.
Okay,
Should be
pre-interview.
quite a reaction when Delos goes coast to coast.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump till we have a show of our own.
As our good friend Delos might say,
Never take anything for granted in the profit biz.
He's got a good voice.
Words far truer than he suspects.
Oh, what the? How'd you do that?
Hey,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
huh? Yeah, thanks. It is a good line.
Oh, wait.
Listen, get me everything you can on Daphne Blake. The
You
more I
didn't-
know going in, the better I'll be able to tailor Delos.
Shall I also send her a bio on you?
I suppose, but nothing too spectacular. Just indicate that I'm a humble tool of the great Delos.
You're a humble tool of something. Some other voice.
But a worthy tool can be made from even the basest of metals.
You should try that one. Yeah, that could be an alien.
So you understand, gentlemen, this is just a formality. Miss Blake Lake's first-time guest to come by, get a feel for the place. Let us know what you want to talk about.
The pre-interview.
Formality saves me the trouble of keeping notes. Is there anything in particular you'd like to mention when you're on the air?
Only that the true meaning in life is that which we choose to give it, and that the universe is not without mercy, and not so jealous that it cannot allow for a multitude of visions.
Yeah.
All truths are correct, and the only secret is that there is no secret.
We're having a rally at the Pacific Arts Theater on 14th.
Yeah. Did you get all that?
So perhaps Miss Blake would want to mention that.
Sure. Which part?
The rally. The
You'll
rally.
have to excuse
What are you
Mr.
talking
Randall.
about?
He's been working very hard. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all straight.
I have no trouble seeing things as they are. That is indeed my curse. I see this television as the single greatest time waster in the history of mankind.
Yeah, it's a pretty big time waster.
You make sport of people's pain and exploit people and sell trinkets to those who cannot afford them. You do this to increase your own wealth. Yes, I see things quite well.
Money. It's all about money.
And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
Whoa, whoa.
Excuse me.
Lay off the honesty. You won't make friends that way.
What the hell is wrong with you? Where's the guy? He's gone, and I wouldn't blame him if he had the appearance canceled after what you said. I said what? I didn't say
I
anything.
said something about a rally, that's all.
Don't play games with me.
I'm not, Don. Not.
Yeah, listen back to it. We recorded it.
And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemical.
Who's that? It's you.
The hoaxer becomes the hoaxy.
So what's the situation?
What futuristic room is this?
I talked to the producer. It took a lot of talking, Leonard, and a lot of favors called in, okay? We're still due to go on the air.
That's good.
But Wiki, you can't control it anymore.
Maybe. This can't keep going on. Now, you're going to have to do something before we go on the show. You have to get control of that,
That voice.
that voice.
Well, it can't be Delos. There is no Delos. I mean, Don, we invented him.
The money and the good times, it all comes to a stop unless you can get this under control.
You're not giving him much time.
Which is why I've made an appointment with someone for you.
Well, that was quick.
He's a specialist, and I think he can help.
When did you have that time to do that?
A psychiatrist? No way. Not a chance.
Oh, he's a Scientologist.
I don't know what's going on here, and neither do you. All I know is everything is riding on this show tomorrow. Now, mess up, man, and we're finished.
I said no. I can handle it!
Does he have a history?
I'm sorry. Look, can we backtrack a moment? I think there's something I'm not getting here. Not to be judgmental, but you're supposed to hear voices, yes?
Yeah, I've been faking it, but now it's real.
Yes. Then what's the problem?
Well, you've got to understand, Dr. Greenberg. I'm really getting this voice, see? And I've got to go on TV tomorrow. So, unless you can help.
It could say anything.
Television. Now I start to get the picture, so to speak.
Yeah.
I've worked as a psychotherapist for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I pride myself on my record.
Do you have a method?
It's all the same to you. I'd rather not be the subject of this little publicity stunt.
No.
You may claim to hear as many voices as you wish, Mr. Randall.
Just the one.
But do not come to me to add credibility to your little scam.
Yes, you are a good man.
Uh-oh.
One of the few I have met recently.
Uh-oh.
That's right, and this is the voice, is it?
Yeah.
Very nice. What else do you do?
I speak honestly, that's all. It's not unlike what you do, I think.
And who might you be? Napoleon? Aristotle?
Yeah, tell us.
Napoleon is dead.
Yeah, who are
And
you?
you do not look well yourself. Why do you do that to yourself?
Smoking?
I think that'll be all for today, Mr. Randall.
You miss her very much.
Ooh.
What?
I see such pain in you.
Maybe he's an angel.
But there was nothing you could do. Even if you had arrived sooner, it would have been too late. Your wife misses you as much as you miss her. But she would prefer you did not hurry the reunion.
Get out! How dare you? How dare you use my wife too? Of all the sheep, just get out! Forget my fee, forget the whole thing, just go away!
He does his research, Doc. He's trying to get into your head. Oh, there she is. He does have a wife. Confirmed. That's a cool little picture frame, actually.
Hey, how do I look?
Never mind how you look. How do you feel?
I think it'll be okay.
Wow. No, you don't. Wow, how?
I taped myself last night, and the voice, whatever. It didn't say a word all night.
Get through this, make Thalos a star, and we are set up for life. Come on, let's get out of here.
I don't know. Maybe give this truth-telling guy a chance.
Our next guest has been making quite a splash these days, and we're very pleased to have him on the show. Mr. Leonard Randall. Hello, Leonard. How are you?
No studio audience?
So, Leonard, could you start by telling us what this trance channeling is? I mean, how would you describe what it is that you do?
Here we go. Here we go.
These are sad times, Miss Blake. All that is mysterious, all that is magic has been leached away. People who do not see the magic in themselves seek it in someone else. They are so desperate for mystery, they are willing to accept without question even the most outrageous propositions.
Such as?
Such as the man sitting in this chair. For the distinction of being treated like gullible children, they are willing to sacrifice.
He's too honest.
They would give it all for a scent of magic.
Do you suppose that we could speak with Delos? He's the 10,000-year-old warrior that you've channeled.
He's fake.
There is no Delos. There never was. Consider it an investment of innocence that turned a considerable profit.
Yeah, money.
And now the game is over. To the followers of Delos, I can only offer the sincere apologies of Leonard Randall, and one slightly used piece of wisdom. Do not seek enlightenment. in the vain and self-indulgent proclamations of those who insist you must pay for your own soul.
Right.
Do not seek it in this box or in the opinions of others.
Stop watching TV.
Seek it in the quiet turning of your own considered conscience.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you.
Well, folks, you've heard it here first. We'll be back right after these messages.
Oh, she's going to be like, what are you doing? We'll never have him back on our channel. No, back in this room. From the future.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
The scandal's killing us. Everyone who's ever given us a dime is asking for it back.
We're being sued.
200 angry calls. The investors are pulling out left, right, and center. Oh, yeah, IRS is nosing around.
Why?
We were on shaky financial footing as it was, but now, if you're lucky, there's enough to get you a hotel somewhere for the night.
Oh, cool. A nice one?
What are we gonna do?
We? Hey, man, I'm out of here. I thought you were sharp. I don't know. I thought you had it.
He has something now.
Wrong.
Something supernatural.
I got a gig with a healer down in Panama.
We can make money from this
Folks
somehow.
say he's the best around. Probably make it big in a few years. With the right lieutenant.
We had a healer in season 1.
Get some serious help, Leonard. If we should ever cross a hallway somewhere, just
Keep walking.
pretend you never met me.
Just keep walking.
I will.
These people have no gratitude. We had some good times together, Marty. I don't know his name.
Well, Leonard, guess it's all over now.
Quite to the contrary. It is only the beginning.
Oh, you can hear him. What do we do, magic voice man?
It's you.
Yes, I'm pleased that you can hear me at last.
Yeah.
Angry, Mr.
Around
Randall?
there.
It seems rather pointless, don't you think?
The hell are you?
In your brain. In your brain.
I'm here, Mr. Randall. With you.
Why are you doing this to me?
Look over here, Mr. Randall.
Where? At the mirror? Oh, he's going to talk to him in the mirror.
I'm here at your urging, Mr. Randall. You said the universe had chosen you for wisdom, and you, of all people, should know that sometimes, when you speak to the universe,
It speaks back.
the universe listens. You asked for wisdom, and now you will receive it. It will be a long process, but to that end, I am willing to be your constant companion, day and night, for as long as it takes.
But how can we make
How
some
long?
money?
How long will it take?
20, 30 years, at most.
Whoa. We only got the hotel for the
And
night.
now, as you say, in your modern world, let's take it from the top.
What do you think, other voice?
Critical reviews received and reluctantly acknowledged by Mr. Leonard Randall, who found himself upstaged in the final act by the Twilight Zone.
No, that wasn't very helpful, Twilight Zone man. That was The Trance, an episode quite like the Healer episode that we had earlier in the series. The Healer one was a little bit... They had a main guy and they also had a manager guy. And they had this sort of... It wasn't a scam. The Healer one wasn't a scam. They had the magic object, right? That they were using to heal people but also make it a buck on the side until they weren't found worthy enough. They were visited by a mystical figure, but then he had to win back the trust of the rock, the crystal. It was a better episode. It was more it had a more fulfilling arc. There was something about the Healer one that works better than this Trance one. I don't know where we leave the Trance at the end of the episode. This unknown disembodied voice, let's call it the universe itself, is going to stay with him as a guide, as a companion for 20 or 30 years. And what? Until he learns to be a better person? Until he brings wisdom to the world? You know, I'm not quite sure where he goes from here or how he feels about it. The Healer one the ending felt better. It's a cute little idea, though, that someone who is pretending to voice something actually gets invaded by a voice himself and just spills out the truth. They could have done more there could have been more comedy with the stuff he was saying, you know, the truthful stuff he was saying. It was all a bit too kind of awkward and uncomfortable. So I think there's room for a remake of this episode to make it a little more entertaining, I think. Other than that, just fine. Just fine. The next episode's called Acts of Terror, which doesn't seem like a just fine episode. It seems like a terrifying trilogy of terror. Just the one act of terror, hopefully. No, it says acts, plural. Yeah, acts. Maybe a horror episode, or the brutal terror of humanity itself. We'll come back next time and we'll find out together. See you there.